Okay, good day guys. So today we're going to be looking at algebraic fractions. So an algebraic fraction is a fraction that contains numbers and letters. They also may contain addition and subtraction signs. So for example, we have 3x over 2. Now this is a fraction because it has a numerator and a denominator. This one has numbers, so it has 3 and 2, and it also have an x, which is a letter. This one doesn't contain any takeaway or plus signs, right? So just letters and numbers for this one. However, they may, or like example 2, they may contain both letters, numbers, and they might also contain addition or subtraction signs. So for example, this one, 5x squared plus 6 over 2x minus 1. So this is a fraction as well. So it's an algebraic fraction. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at would be expressing algebraic fractions as a single fraction. So for example, they may ask us to, like question 1, express 3x over 2 plus 2y over 3 as a single fraction. Now before we even go into that, we're going to do a little review, right? So we are going to try to express this here as a single fraction. So if you look at it, it's a half and it's a 2. They want us to express that as a single fraction. Now this is something quite simple, which we probably would have done many times before, right? And we know that we can't just add these fractions. We need to get an LCM. We need to have the denominator the same. And in order to get the denominator the same, we need to get the LCM. So we would know the LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. And then we would say 2 into 3. 2 into 6 is 3. 3 by 1 is 3. Then we say 3 into 6 is 2. 2 by 1 is 2, right? And then we'll add it up and we get 5 over 6. Now, I'm going to do over the same thing, the same question, but I'm going to do it slower now. And I'm going to write in all the little baby steps in between, right? So I'm sure you guys know how to do this. Like you can do this in your sleep. All right, so we're going to go back through this. So first thing we do is we get our LCM. Everybody know how to get LCM. So we write 6, right? So I'm writing down the steps here. So we would say 6 divided by 2, right? And we would get 3. And then we would say 3 times the top here. So then we say 3 by 1, right? So that's how we would get the 3 here. We would say 3 into 6, so we could say 6 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And then 2 times the numerator. Our numerator is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. And then we would go and add, and we'll get our 5 on 6. So you're probably wondering, why am I writing down all of these steps? Now these steps will help us with the algebraic fractions. Now it is quite simple, and we are quite accustomed to doing them with normal fractions, right? And we can just like run through the working really quick. But the reason why I write down this is that these are the same steps we're going to use with an algebraic fraction. Okay, so I'm going back now to this question here. So we need to express this as one fraction. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the LCM. So the LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. Then we would normally say 2 into 6 is 3. And then we have to say 3 times the top. So it's 3 times this here. right? So I'm going to draw a working column to the side here. So it's 3 times this here. And that will give us 3 3s are 9x. Good. And then we need to say 3 into 6 is 2. 2 times the top. So it's 2 times the top is 2y. That will give us 2 2s are 4y's. So we write that there. Then we can add the top. So let's, now just by looking at it, this is x, and this is why we cannot add x and y. So this cannot simplify anymore. So this here will be the answer, the final answer. Okay, so we're going now to do the second question. So same process, LCM of 7 and 5. The LCM of 7 and 5 is 35. Okay, then we say 7 into 35 is 5, and it will be 5 times the top. So it will be 5 times x. 5 times x is 5x. Then we say 5 into 35 is 7. So it will be 7 times the top, which is 2x. 7 2s are 14, and it will be 14x. Then we check to see if we could simplify this. So this is on x, this is on x. So we could simplify this, we could add them. So 5 and 14 is 19. We're looking at x, so my answer is 19x over 35. Notice we couldn't simplify this one because this was an x, this was y. Okay. So moving on now, I'm going to do another example. So if you look at this is looking a little bigger, but it's the same concept we're going to use. So we're going to take it step by step again. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we need to find the LCM. So we have 3 and we have 4. The LCM of 3 and 4 is 12. Then we would say 3 into 12 is 4, and it will be 4 times the top. Notice it's 4 times the top. The top is a big portion, so I'm going to write it in brackets. 4 times, right? Because we know brackets means to multiply, so I could write it like that. Notice I didn't work it out as yet, right? In my next step, I'll work it out. So to do this part now, we say 4 into 12 is 3. So it's 3 times this top here. So it's 3. And I'm using brackets to write it. In my next step, I would actually do all the multiplication and open my brackets. So my next line now, I'm going to open the brackets. So I'm going to do here, 4 by x is 4x. 4 by 2 is 8. 3 by x is 3x. And 3 by 1 is 3. All over 12. Now in my next step, I'm going to check to see if this could simplify. So I could write it right here because it seems that I have enough space. So we have 4x. Do we have any more x's? Yes, we have this here. So 4x and 3x is 7x. And numbers by itself, we have this one here and we have this one here. So we have 8 and 3 is 11. So this is my final answer. 7x plus 11 over 12. Okay, so I'm just changing the color. All right, so we're going to do this one now. Same thing, but notice we have a takeaway sign. And we have a negative sign here. Remember I said that once you have takeaway signs, be very cautious, right? Because sometimes when you're multiplying, it might impact some of the signs that you have, right? Okay, so we're going about the same process. The LCM between 2 and 3. that is 6. So with our long line, we put 6. 3 into 6 is 2, so it's 2 times this top here. So I'm writing that. 2 into 6 is 3, so it's 3 times the top here. Okay. Now in next step, we're going to work out, well, open the brackets. Be careful because we have some negative signs in here, okay? So we're going 2 by x is 2x, 2 by negative 1, right? So this is a positive 2 by negative 1. Positive by a negative, if we times in, is negative. 2 by 1 is 2. If you're not sure, you can just use your calculator. Now, notice this takeaway sign is kind of attached to this 3. So you need to be very careful when you open the brackets, right? You need to treat this as negative 3 times by the things in the bracket. So we're going to do this. So negative by positive is a negative. 3 by 2x is 6x. Go in here now. Negative by positive is negative. 3 by 1 is 3. Again, if you're having problems with figuring out what sign it is, you can use your calculator. Okay, so now we're going to simplify. So we have positive 2x take away 6x. You can use your calculator if you're not sure. Positive 2 take away 6 is negative 4, so negative 4x. And now we're going to do the number part. Let me just change the color so you can see that a little better. So the number part is this here and this here. So we have negative 2 take away 3. So negative 2 take away 3, you could put that in your calculator, or you could work it out normal. You're supposed to get negative 5 over 6. And that's it, right? So this cannot simplify anymore, so this is the answer. So basically with these questions, it's just like your ordinary fractions that you're working out. The only thing is, remember, it's algebra, right? So you have to pay attention when you're multiplying. You may have like little negative signs and things in between. Just pay attention to that because sometimes they could cause signs to change, right? If you don't do that, you'll get a wrong answer. The main thing with it basically is take your time with it, do it step by step, and you should be okay. So that's it for today's session on algebraic fractions.